This video is not intended to encourage or glorify any kind of drug use. The sole purpose of these videos is to educate you on the dangers of what these substances can do to you. Please do not do any of the acts mentioned in this video. I repeat, do not do any of the acts mentioned in this video.
Welcome to the world of Tales from the Trip.
Akineton, or biparidine hydrochloride, is an anticholinergic anti-Parkinson agent used to treat the stiffness, tremors, spasms, and poor muscle control of Parkinson's disease. Akineton is also used to treat and prevent these same muscular conditions when they are caused by drugs such as chlorpromazine, flufenazine, perfenazine, and others. The usual starting dose of Akineton to treat Parkinson's disease is 1 tablet taken orally 3 or 4 times daily. The dosage is individualized and may be increased to a maximum of 8 tablets, 16 milligrams per 24 hours. To treat drug-induced extrapyramidal symptoms, the dose is 1 tablet 1 to 3 times daily. I have several mental health conditions. One of them is insomnia. I wasn't able to sleep straight for 3 days, and when it was day 4, I felt like I was dying. My medications are benzodiazepines and Seroquel with an antidepressant. They were not helping me to sleep at all lately. The meds I got from my doc didn't work. Since I had cirrhosis, she couldn't give me anything stronger than mirtazapine. I couldn't stand not being able to sleep. I couldn't even eat. Even if I did sleep, I would wake up in 30 minutes. So I went to a different hospital and told them the situation, but didn't mention about the cirrhosis. They offered me some haloperidol, Valium, Seroquel, but I refused since none of those would work. Instead, they were okay with giving me 5 times injection of Akineton, which contains a total amount of 25 milligrams biparidine. So the doctor said I'll give an injection for Akineton, but we will put it in your serum. I told him if they can, just make the shot in my butt. He replied, I guess you never had that much Akineton before, and laughed. I'm experienced with opioids, psych medications, and tranquilizers, so I thought it wasn't gonna work. My father, who brought me to the hospital, went home and said, call me when you are done and I'll pick you up with a car. He thought that I'll lose my shit, but I said I'll be fine. I can go back home by myself. He said anyway, I'll be there in an hour or so. I had 20 milligrams of diazepam in the last 10 hours. They put me in a wheeled bed and gave me some supportive stuff because I was weak. Nurse came in to do the injection. I told them that I want the injection on the hip and want to fall asleep at home. She kindly rejected that and told me to relax and mix the shots in the vitamin serum. 40 minutes in, I wasn't really feeling anything besides my arm hurting so much from the medicine, and called out for the nurse and told her that I wasn't feeling sleepy at all, and she increased the flow rate of the serum to the maximum. This is where things started to become interesting. I was listening to some music with my headphones, but I suddenly started to feel a discomfort in my chest and legs. I called the nurse again and told her I was feeling a bit weird. She slowed down the serum and left. The serum was halfway there, and I had that feeling that I was going to be fucked, so I called my father to pick me up. My father came, but I had to stay for 40 more minutes to finish the serum, and my father left to have some coffee till I finished. 10 minutes later, I started to have some vivid visual hallucinations on the white curtains around the bed. It was cartoonish, but I could watch it if it was projected on the curtains. I said, yeah, that works too. I forgot my insomnia for a while because I was lightheaded, and it felt like I was sobering up from a hardcore drinking night. My mouth is so dry, I constantly try to swallow, but I can't. I no longer feel my body, it's completely numb, and my vision is blurry. I start to lose myself and had severe audio hallucinations. I heard a friend of mine who was living far, far away, and I thought he was sitting next to me, and I was having a conversation while there was no one there. I've come to my senses, and I was like, who the hell am I talking to? Then a few minutes later, it happened again. After that point, I blacked out completely. I don't have a clue at all about what happened. It was around 9 p.m. and I woke up at 8 a.m. and I thought I just fell asleep, but listen to what happened according to my father. Only my father was around that night, and he said he picked me up 15 minutes later after he went to get some coffee. I just couldn't believe how messed up my awareness was. I couldn't even tell how long it has been. He tried to take me home. I recalled that I was trying to wear my shoes, but that's all of it. My old man said that I wasn't able to wear my shoes, so he helped me with that. I even couldn't get out of the bed and sit on a wheelchair to the car. In the car, he said that I was talking nonsense. I was pointing to the wheels and asking him which butcher he got those wheels from. We were home and I went to bed, but I was up in minutes again and walking around the house. I guess I took a bottle of Windex and offered it to my dad as a beer. My exact sentence was this: "Welcome to our pub, sir. Would you like to have some beer?" And he said I sprayed it around. There is a small thing I can remember. My mouth couldn't produce saliva. It was feeling like cotton mouth, but not like cannabis dry mouth. It was dry completely, and I was chewing the cud like a cow. I only remember this, but it felt like hell. My father told me that I was talking gibberish for 20 minutes. I was making sounds, but I wasn't able to communicate, and what I was saying was not a language. I don't know how it did sound. I asked him why he didn't record this, and he said he didn't think of that and that I was having fun. After all this funny high stuff, I slept for about 8 to 9 hours and woke up and had some cereal, then slept again for 2 hours more. When I woke up, I didn't have any serious side effects, just some drowsiness. After I woke up completely, I felt a little bit of a headache and mind fog. After effects weren't that bad. I could drive a car or work without any annoyance, but I didn't find this medicine recreational at all since I didn't remember anything of what I said or what I did. On the next day, I went to see my psychiatrist and told her what happened exactly. She asked for the name of the hospital and repeated 3 times, "Are you sure of that they gave you that much Akineton?" I was like, yeah. I'm good with pharmacology, by the way, but my roads never crossed with biparidine until then. So after I came back home, I researched for the side effects and overdose. I was more than lucky to be alive. There is something wrong with that hospital, I know that. The doctor on duty in the nights always is the same and smoking right outside the door. Whenever I rush there with a panic attack or something, he always sends me home high, but this time was too much. I'm thankful to have an experience like this, but I wish I was able to control it. I wasn't even able to understand what was going on. I wasn't even able to tell if I was gone when I called the nurse for the first time or not. I'm not even sure that I called her. It has been 2 months, I guess, and I'm struggling so much with my memory. I used to have a great memory. I could remember my address from 20 years ago, but now I forget things I say easily. There's times that I get confused so much that I hesitated if we were in 2020 or 2022 when filling out a form at work. I'm probably going to get an MRI scan to see if something is wrong since I can't prove it to my therapist and psychiatrist. Its overdose effects are way more worse than any kind of opioid.